I got my coffee and we're ready to shell. It is Saturday morning around 6:30 a.m. It is a rainy morning, very foggy, but it doesn't matter because we're going shelling. So we are here, we are at the beach. I am heading out there. It is super foggy this morning. But I'll be surprised if we can even see the ocean once we get out there. That's how foggy it is. So it creates a really beautiful morning though and a really great shelling experience. So let's go get those shells. Gonna explore this little area. A lot of things going on here. Very nice markings. Have a sand dollar here. Also very nice. See what else we can find. This whole area is kind of littered with shell fragments. And to me, these are the most fun areas, other than the rocks. I love the rocks because I love flipping them over and looking for things. But I love exploring little areas like this because where there's a lot of stuff, it's fun to search through them to find the treasures. Little baby clam. Busted up moon. I love holding them up closely and inspecting them. All their different markings and crevices, and you can just see how it's lived over the years. And what the earth and ocean has done to it. You can see it definitely lived a good life. So this rock line here is chock full of very cool shells. Let me give you a look at what is happening over here. Very cute scallop. Very cute baby scallop shell. Purpley colors in that. Very interesting bone fragment. I do have a bone collection, which is a little creepy and a little interesting maybe at the same time. I don't know, you decide. But I do find them fascinating. And I can't be the only person out there that has that. So if you also have a bone collection, comment below. Don't make me feel alone out here. Magnificent shells today. All of those lines. Amazing. It's a fantastic day on Plum Island and we have the whole beach. Let's keep going. It's a very purpley day on Plum Island, which is very fitting for the name. Look at that. Wow. I'm always still, like, I see these shells all the time, and I see them, I've been seeing them for years. But every single shell I pick up is completely different. Look at that. They're all so different. This is a really nice horse mussel. As we press on. Sand dollars are peeking out everywhere. A nice dark moon. Looks like it was buried in the mud for quite a long time to be this dark. So from research, we've determined that when shells are buried in the mud for a very long time, it limits their exposure to sunlight and oxygen. And when that happens, there's more of a chance that they stay this dark, blackish blue, navy color. It's a nice shell. I'm not usually like huge fans of the smaller ones. I don't know why. I just get super jazzed when I find the big ones. But when I find a small one like this, it's very satisfying. Like, look how perfect that is. So that is a small northern moonsnail. These are some interesting tide lines. When the water comes in at the high tide and then starts retracting back to the ocean, it pulls the sand and creates these awesome patterns. It almost looks like it's chiseled. And the tide is coming in. Woo! Check that out. When I say the tide comes in quickly, I mean the tide comes in quickly. So with the tide coming in, that section of the beach that we're trying to get to is getting pretty cut off. Not sure if we'll be able to get out there. But over here, there are a bunch of interesting things. One being a live sand dollar. It's a very cool live sand dollar covered with that thick coat of cilia, which is what helps them move across the ocean floor, bury themselves, and also move food into their mouth, which is right there in the middle of their underside. But just give you like a good, if I can get my camera to focus in on that cilia. When you handle them gently. They are alive, but it is very cool when you place them on your palm. You can feel the cilia moving underneath. And here comes the tide. It is coming in, and there goes my bag. Ooh, just missed my bag. Ooh, no. Well, I'm soaked again. Put this guy back there, grab my now fully soaked bag, and press on. Another very cool sand dollar day. They're everywhere out here. So that flower on the top of sand dollars, not only on this sand dollar, but every sand dollar that exists, it's called the petaloid. Petaloid. The petaloid. So it is like a flower. There are 5 arms on the petaloid, and that is where the sand dollar's feet come out, their little tubular feet, and that is how they breathe. So yes, sand dollars breathe through their feet. Very interesting. And this is why I love nature. It is so fascinating. There are so many cool shells to record today just because of their color and patterns alone. Let's see if I can get my shadow out of the shot for you. Oops, there I am again. Let's see if I spin this way. There we go. There we go. Those colors, the blues and the oranges. Give you an up close look at that. Very nice markings on this shell. Love when the big trees wash up in the storms. There's a huge piece of storm wood here. It gets mixed in up here, higher up in the dunes, with the gorgeous purple sand. Look at that purple. Love that purple sand. Look how gnarly this piece of beechwood is. Just to give you some scale of how big this tree is, I'll get my hand in the shot, but it is a very big tree. It goes all the way down there until that piece pops up. But it is a really gnarly piece of beechwood, and it's gnarly in a good way. So there are trees that have been washing up all over the beach. I think it's from the rough waters that we've been having. A lot of winter storms. But just the patterns on them are breathtaking. Totally taking my breath away. It's crazy. Like if I tried to make a painting like this, I would fail. And nature just does it so effortlessly. You can see the little markings here from sea worms that have eaten it. This is probably from either some sea worms, shipworms, or a wood-boring bivalve. A little bit of water still caught in this knothole here from the weather that we've been having. You can see these fat raindrops that are starting to fall. Good thing I'm heading back to the car. And I'll try to flip the camera around so you can see, but this is well over my head. That's how high up this tree limb is. See if I can give you some scale on this. So this is the tree that we just walked by, and it is well over my head. I'm 5'9". So I love how the wind blows the sand and it buries things all over the beach. And I just love how pristine the sand is. It's untouched around things that it windscapes. And you know what? I said this fog was going to burn off earlier. I don't think it is. I think this fog is sticking around all day, which this is typical springtime in New England. Wow, check out how incredibly big this tree is that washed up in a storm. Wow. Look at the wind and the weather does to it. To give you some scale, this is my hand. That's the tree. It goes all the way into the dunes here. And like, look at how smooth this is. Wow. That is really gorgeous. I've said it before and I will say it again. I love what weather, time, and water do to things. Just to pan out. I'm walking backwards now. Hopefully I don't fall. Put that in my next blooper reel. But that is how big it is. Really nice. Really cool pieces of bark that wash up from large trees. Very smooth piece of wood from the ocean. The ocean temple almost looks like a wooden bar of soap. Look at how purple this sand is. I feel like it's getting more and more saturated the further down I go. But look at how purple that is. That is very cool. It's usually like the first couple layers that are that purple, and then when you dig down a little further, you hit the natural color sand. The sand that's that usual beigey, sandy color. Guess where that color name came from, sand. But it is the color of sand. Look at that contrast. There is a lot of seaweed and sea straw up on this upper rock line, so we're going to dig through some of it, see if there's anything interesting in here that's gotten caught up in it, maybe like a starfish. Have some crab claws here. This is one of those really pretty purpley ones from the lady crab, which we have yet to find one of these. Ooh. We have yet to find one of these fully intact, which I'm hoping to do one day. So we want to find one of these lady crabs fully intact, preferably alive. That would be amazing. We want to find a fully intact New England Neptune. We want to find that seahorse. There are a lot of things on our list, so we have a lot of beaching that we are going to have to be doing throughout this year. So stick around for a lot of great beaching and a lot of great finds. And I feel hopeful about each one of those things. I really feel like they're achievable. We can find them. So I am a mess. It really started to downpour in the last 5 minutes, so I'm very glad we were close to the car. It's getting a little chilly out. My glasses are covered with rainwater, and it's just starting to really pour. So we are heading home. Thank you so much for shelling with me, and I will see you next time we hit the beach. Bye.